Mikey, dude. Easy. You're a fucking tomatillo. What is that? You're all red.
Is it my white balance? It's my white balance.
Might be your white balance.
Don't worry. That's the intro, baby.
Don't worry, dude.
Intro.
No, we don't need good hooks, dude. I don't know. This is a good episode if you want to see the downs and the ups and the downs and the downs. We got a lot of downs on our team. A lot of downs. I don't really know where I want to go with this. Hey, last pod, we were thinking about things, and then we hinted at something. It turns out we were trying to sell the company. Did it work? Did it work?
No.
Did it work?
No.
No, this no, there's a jackhammer in the background. I can't think with the jackhammer. Belky, can you take it? I don't know how to host
Not
anything.
the jackhammer. Okay, so what did we even talk about last episode? I just remember giggling a lot, Pop.
I had my notes, but I just deleted them all.
Why did you do that? I'm coming into this
here's
episode.
What happened.
Right before we launched in, I spilled this tub of ketchup everywhere. I had to change.
That's a very generous tub. I'd call that a mini jar. I don't know what you call that.
It's a mini jar.
Last episode we talked about how we're trying to sell the agency and then it didn't work. I radicalized. I'm like, shut this whole thing down. Even our clients were like, yo, shut this whole thing down. What are you doing?
Oh, right.
Or potential clients. So we're like, okay, we don't want to shut it down, right? It's a valuable entity, at least like this sort of marketplace thing where we match editors with clients or customers, whatever you want to call them. So like, can we just sell that so we get a bunch of cash up front, still like stay around kind of connected to it, but use that cash to fund what's really working, like the only thing that we know that works really, really well, which is our own content. Can we just get a bunch of cash to focus on that? Because
it was pretty much sell the thing off so that whoever we sold it to would bring in an operator. So it was like getting paid to hire out an operator to run the thing that has nothing to do with our own clips.
Yeah, and this came from I was listening to this Founders, it's called Founders Podcast or Founders, and it's all about whatever, like Steve Jobs or I don't know, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, he knows one. He knows one.
Did other people found things? Yeah, there's a list of people that have founded things. But at the start of this podcast...
I'm going to lose it, dude. It's getting late here. I'm going to lose it. He knows one. He knows one. Does business
no, dude,
for
it's decision fatigue.
knows...
There was too much. You saw me just get burned out. That was live. No, a lot of people founding companies, and I know a couple of them. But on one of these, on the Steve Jobs, at the start, it's like this ad for Tiny, which is this company, Andrew Wilkinson. We kind of looked up to him. He was the coolest person on My First Million podcast. He's this basically like Berkshire Hathaway, which is another founder, if you want to call it that. Warren Buffett, his company, which is just like a holding company for a bunch of little companies. Tiny does the same. So they buy up a bunch of like little cool tech companies or badass agencies. And they're like, hey, if you have one of those, sell it to us in the ad. So I'm like, oh, we got one of those. And we'd consider selling. So we basically cook up an email right away, change our website back to what the company used to be, which is basically a marketplace, because we think they would like that better than an agency, especially considering the agency currently has no clients. It's just easier to understand. So we revert the website. It breaks a bunch of links because people were trying to hire people at the same time. Because it's one of those, we talked about these cycles before where like the company's at an all-time low, but the content's at an all-time high. And it just like, they never go at the same time. For some reason, they're fucking always destructive interference.
Deconstructive always.
Yeah, go.
Well, it's deconstructive because I don't know. It's like trying to do two things well at the same time. And then only one can go up, and then that means neglecting the other, and then they're just It's so hard.
Yeah, well, so we came in. This is days ago. Actually, last Friday we had a call with them because we basically in the email we're like, hey, we know it's not big. Like normally they want a company that's been around for at least 3 years and it has at least like $500,000 in profit. That's like the bare minimum. I think it goes up to like fucking $100
50
million
million.
or I forget the number, 50 million. So a big range, and we'd be at like the bottom end. But we're like, hey guys, it's just a super simple business, and we have this referral machine, basically like top of funnel machine in our own content, because we get a fifth of the watch time of Mr. Beast, which is fucking nuts. We just funnel those people into the marketplace, which is how we have like a giant wait list. And so they get on a call with us, and we're like stoked in our heads. We're running them through everything, and they're like, "Oh, damn, this is a really simple business. It's nice, but like also have some concerns because it is at the lower end of the range for what companies they buy. Plus, who knows? Maybe like we don't want to send leads to the marketplace in a little bit, and they're kind of fucked. Or like in 2 years, is this still going to be around when there's Fiverr and stuff like that?" So they have some pushback, but Henry and I, we're optimistic. We're stoked. We're like, "Hey, dude." We try and keep our expectations low, right? But I can't sleep at night. Belky probably can't sleep at night. We're just thinking about like, hey, what if we suddenly got like a couple $1,000,000? Granted, half of those would probably go to taxes and everything, but now we have up to like $500,000 in the bank, just to focus on the thing that we do best, and then they bring in an operator. That shit rips, we rip, and the world's a happy place. But we don't want to think too much, right? Because then our expectations are high, and then we just get really disappointed. Couldn't keep the expectations down. We got too stoked, and then last night I got an email. It's like, hey guys, ran through the numbers, ran through everything with the team. It's gonna be a pass from us.
Couldn't keep the expectations down.
Couldn't give. We were running. I was like, Belky, dude, if you just run the numbers, because Belky was coming up with some wild numbers. Like, dude, what if we just got 10 M's? I'm like, all right, Belky, like, come on. The value agency is at like 2 to 4x profit. So like, optimistically, hopefully, it's like 2 million. But turns out it's so bad they don't even want to make an offer. But it's actually not so bad. It's just like, I think thinking from their perspective, yeah, there's the risk because like, what kind of moat really is there? Not a whole lot, because anyone could really like hire a couple awesome editors and then like lease them out to people, sort of thing. So not a super strong moat. Plus, it's like the upfront cost of finding an operator for them, it's probably a bitch. It's like it takes a lot of their time, and then like, what's the upside? Maybe they make a couple $100,000. It's like the like return on investment would be low. So I understand the decision. It's just a bummer for us because now we're back in the streets and we're like, all right, what the fuck are we gonna do?
I saw a lot of stray dogs in the streets today. That's kind of how I felt.
Just
they're all just
you on the street, just like bonding with them, just hugging them. Yeah, dude. So
no, it's more tense than that. They all have their tails up, like flexed, because they're trying to assert dominance over one another. They're trying to look as big as possible.
Did they dominate you?
The streets are scary. Yeah, no, you know what dominated me is this noodle dinner I had.
No, you just sit back and relax, dude. One thing I really fucking hate, though, I'll tell you this.
I'm like a passive. I'm just like a viewer of the podcast. I just sit, react, and giggle.
It actually, like, sometimes you'll come in and I'll say viewer, so I'm like, maybe I just fucking monologue this thing.
It's just not. It's not peak. It's not peak hours for me.
Yeah, clearly. But I'm radicalizing, so I hate async. I'm fucking going nuts. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks.
Tell them about the couch. Tell them about
no, dude. Dude, the couch right now.
Tell them the async couch.
Dude. So this couch, this thing might fall. I don't know how I can show you. So this couch, right there. There's this crevice, right there. You can't really see well, but this is the only time. This is the only time where I'll sit at a table all day, because the tables. This isn't comfy, right? So you want to be comfy during the day. I sit on the couch. this isn't my couch. It's a nice couch, $5,000 couch. My roommate bought it, and I just get to use it. So the problem is every time the roommate comes home, his name's Jack, he sees me on the couch, and I'm always in the exact same spot no matter what time of day he checks in. So he gets a little nervous. He makes jokes. He's like, right where I left you, huh, Pop? And I'm like, yeah, dude, right here on the couch. It's a great couch. And this weekend, I think his girlfriend and he were like watching movies on the couch, and they realized something. They realized that
they were being sucked in.
They were being sucked in to where my huge ass print, where I sit in the same spot, right in that crevice all the time, because it's a black hole, dude. I just get sucked in. Now I'm sucking them in because I'm a more massive body, right? So I got sucked in the crevasse, and that means the black hole is more super massive. So now they're getting sucked in, and they're like, "What the fuck? How are we gonna get this out?" Because the last couch that we had, which may or may not be attributed to me as well, that couch had a similar crevasse indent, and they sold that. I gave it away for free because that was part of the deal. This details don't matter. Point is, they're like, Dylan, can you stop sitting in the fucking crevasse so that you're not breaking our couch? And I'm like, you know what? That's a great point. I have no skin in the game here.
Who sits in between couch cushions?
It feels nicer. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually fucked up. I don't know how to like repair it. And it's only been like a couple weeks, maybe a month with this couch.
The point is async.
Right. So the reason why this is so bad is because I'm just working by myself all day, and Belky only comes. He's 9 hours ahead. So like right now it's Tomas hour. It's like past dinner, which means he gets into the fucking giggle mode, and we can't do anything. So I only get him at my like 1 a.m. He'll check in at 1 a.m. So I'll hope to God that he can be like, wake up and read my text.
And then you'll either check out or stay up all night.
Right. It's one or two. But it's like, dude, it couldn't be one of those more pivotal moments where it's like, are we an agency? Are we a marketplace? Are we selling the company? Are we doing long form content? It's like super important times, but we're asynced out. So I'm just fucking like, I'm just deadbeat.
It's crazy.
It's
yeah, but you think on a long enough time horizon, it'll figure itself out. I would like to be doing longs though. I would like to be doing longs. The fact that I can't join you doing longs, that is the future.
Well, you can write.
I'm out here just trying not to giggle.
Yeah,
I gotta write them.
I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, so basically I'm just like, I don't know if we got this update on the last pod, but in our radicalization, I'm like, hey, we just got to do our own content. So hit up this guy, Thomas Frank. He has this company, Nebula, basically part of Nebula, sponsors creators. They're like, what do you call that? An agent, basically. So they'll like take a 20% cut with their brand deals with like Audible or fucking what other founder companies there are.
Oh, he knows one.
Squarespace, maybe.
Oh, dude, wait,
I gotta stay away from lists, dude.
You were asking Ali Abdal's producer to get in contact with some of their sponsors, and you're like, yeah, I know he's like really close with Spotify. Wait, am I here?
He's gone. You're back, dude.
No, I'm back. So you were talking to Ali Abdal's producer, and you were asking him for if he could put us in touch with some of their sponsors, and you were like, "Yeah, I know you're like you're really cozy. You're really cozy with like Spotify," and he's like, "You mean Shopify?"
Yeah, dude. I'm trying my best out here with async. But so they got like Audible. So like, basically, how can we work with you? We had a buddy connect, Danny Miranda, whose podcast we're on. That was a cool podcast. Listen to that. And Danny connects us, and he's basically like, yeah, dude, we don't sponsor shorts. No one sponsors shorts. I don't care how many views you get. It literally doesn't matter. that doesn't matter to us. The only thing that matters is the videos that are slightly longer, because 1 minute's not enough, but we need like do 5 minutes, and we'll sponsor the fuck out of that, which makes simultaneously no sense in all the sense. So now my whole thing's like, yo, dude, I think as a business, we just gotta have. I don't even know if you're there anymore. Your screen turned off.
I'm here,
But
Pop.
okay, we should just figure out the marketplace so that at least makes us money, because we got to just survive 2 months. If we survive 2 months, we're going to be super fucking profitable if long form works, which I don't see any reason why it wouldn't.
And shorts
And then
monetization turns on in February.
yeah, it's really not that hard. It's just a couple months we got to survive, and everything's going to be the easiest thing in the world. It's just really annoying right now because we don't know where to focus, and the agency fucking sucked ass.
Don't go trying to wrap up on me.
No, dude.
Don't.
I can't see that. Now you're back.
What other notes you got?
Well,
Come on, hit me. Hit me
well,
with a list.
we still don't really know what to do with the marketplace. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but it's a complete it's a complete 3 opportunity sort of thing, where it's like, I think Tiny saw, hey, what can this really scale to? Because you just got to hire a lot of people, and where are you going to have like a fucking 200 editors on this platform? And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to become. Maybe that rips for eternity. I texted you last night. I'm like, maybe we just work with like the coolest people. Like right now, Ryan Holiday's in our DMs. Like we have Tim Ferriss, Naval, like just those sort of people we work with, because they are the best animators, not necessarily character animators, but just animators and creating amazing videos. It's like, we love that talent, and it's useful to a lot of people, but just not useful to us. So what do you do with that? So I think we just buy ourselves time to not worry about it. But the exciting thing is this week we're running a writer's boot camp. So we're going to see if we can potentially get out of writing at least shorts, so that we can really, really focus on long form, and then just show up and shoot.
That would be
shorts.
really nice. And
That'd be a huge W on the year.
I skimmed the first day of boot camp. Some pretty promising stuff in there.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot. This has been the hardest thing we've done. We've probably seen 100, 150 people applying to that, and they're not even close. Maybe
which
we found 4 people.
We don't know if that's like part of our hiring process is wrong, our screening process, or people are just silly. But we took like the most promising, and now we have 4 people running to the boot camp. So hopefully at least one is a stud and then can come in. And then like, if we don't have to script any shorts ever again, we just focus on longs, like, dude, that's going to be an unstoppable
That's
machine.
massive.
So that's still the one domino other than just survival. I think that's it.
Dude, that was sick. I blacked out for that whole episode.
Oh, were we supposed to guard a loot? I didn't know if you're gonna add anything. Should we go?
No, I'm coming down the Tomas hour.
Guard a loot.